And I know I can't control too many factors. I can only control what I do, but I don't want to fail. I don't want to fail. And you know what? I'm being honest. I'm just being honest with you. Now, if another guy stands up here and says, I ain't worried about failing, maybe he believes that. A lot is expected of this team, of me. I take that very seriously. I know that there's a lot of factors going into winning and losing. I understand that, but I take a lot of pride in, especially when these guys are asking me to do them one more favor. I don't know exactly what that means, but I think I do. So. And first of all, it makes the transition a lot easier. Kevin Rogers, quarterback coach, and I talked about that last night. He said, a year ago you came in, the only thing you knew was the offense. And, yeah, that makes things easier, but knowing the offense, but how it applies to our guys. We call the same plays here that we did for 17 years. But a play that may have been, Antonio Freeman staple, a slant or whatever, a play that I felt comfortable with. But it was, as I found over the years, I was comfortable with that play, not so much because of the play as it was the player. And so I had to I could call it, but I'm like, okay, Bernard's going to maybe run it a little different than this guy. Sidney's going to run it a little different. I mean, you learn little things about guys. Sidney, he's not going to get 5 yards past a DB. That's not what he does, but he can make you right on a lot of plays. So that trust factor had to happen. Percy had to learn him, and the footwork and handing off to Adrian, should always be precise. But if it's not, he's going to run right over you. So learning those things and doing it in a short amount of time. And the great thing is we did it on the fly. We had a little time first few weeks. So I don't want to say that's out of the way, because I think that's each and every year that's going to change a little bit. Sidney's obviously not practicing. Percy's just easing back into it, as I am. Shank's a little, I think his shoulder's bothering him a little bit. So the guys that are practicing now, they have to play. Toby, getting to know him. I don't know how we're going to approach things from a third down standpoint. I mean, the obvious thing is Toby will step in Chester's place. I think Albert is a guy who can do that as well. But as I'm telling you that, I don't know. We knew Chester would be on third down back last year. So I know I don't have anything to prove. Last year people wanted to know how long will he hold up with his arm, and can he get it back and all that stuff. I always wonder that. I think every player, every year, it's a new year. You should wonder, can I? The one thing I've learned over the years, you can never say, I've arrived. I know, year to year, I know what they're going to get out of me. I think you should always be on your toes. You should always be looking over your shoulder, especially when you're soon to be 41 and a new grandfather. You should really be, because everyone's writing you off. It just seems like, hey, at 40, guys, it has been. And so, in saying that, it's motivation for me. Once again, I don't feel like I have anything to prove. But if I'm going to play, I'm going to play at a high level. I would love to play the way I did last year. I would love to play that the previous 18 years. It was pretty good, but I just want to, the most important thing in all of this is wins and losses. And, I used the example, when we were growing up, I had my first car when I signed my first contract. But prior to that, I remember in college saying, man, I'd love to have that car. you always wanted something other people didn't have, and when you're able to get it, it's not quite as, it kind of loses its luster a little bit. And I've been fortunate enough, I hear guys say, I want to make it to the Pro Bowl. I've done that. I can't say I ever dreamed of being the MVP as being, but I won 3. So, could I ask for anything more? I'm fortunate enough to be on the winning Super Bowl team. I talk to Jim Kelly all the time. Jim's a good friend of mine, and he's like, "Hey, bro, I went to 4, never won. If you can still do it, do it. Do it for me." Marino, as great as he was, never got it. All those things, I've got all the good records. I've got all the bad records. Wins, starts. Did it on a new team. Get to the championship game, and really made I like to think, a positive impact on these guys. There's nothing left to prove. I'm going to have fun, and I can promise you this. Not that I had ever set out as a goal to play 20 years. This 20 years, and I'm done. This is the last year of my contract. I'm sure a lot of people are like, yes. Including my family. Yes, we love watching you play, but God, we can't take the agony. But this is, it was obviously a tough decision to come back, but I can't say that I'm going to do anything different than I did last year. Preparation, effort, leadership. I'd love to think that I'll play better, but I'm going to do everything I can to help this team win, and see what happens.
Last one for Brett, guys?
Probably not. But, did I just say that? I do believe it now. I do. I gotta fall apart sometime. I'd like to go out on top and see that. That's the thing. The top is different to a lot of people. Most people think to go out on top, it has to be a Super Bowl or an MVP or whatever. There's no doubt if I left last year, I went out on top. There's no doubt if I left after the Jets year, I went out on top. Now, would I have hoped the season would have ended up differently? Sure. But, 1 year, no matter how great, no matter how disappointing, will define it. I think my career speaks for itself. I really do. I could not be more proud of the year and more satisfied with the way I played last year. But once again, there was something that said, you were so close, and these guys, and it was with these guys, and these guys would like to say the same thing. It was so close with you. Let's do it together. Let's finish this thing together. And, who knows what's going to happen anyway after this year. With the lockout and all that stuff, this team may get dismantled. And, it's just the nature of the game. And so I just give it one more try. And when you leave, hold your head high. And hopefully once again, regardless of how it ends, it's going to be on top. And I'm very thankful for the career I've had and for this opportunity and the way these guys have kind of taken me under their wing in the city, in the state. I know it's about winning, and we won a lot of games last year, and that makes it a little bit easier to say, hey, we want you back. But I really feel like what we had this past year was special, and it's worth giving it one more try.
Thanks, folks.
What was in the bucket? Metamucil, Grecian, calcium, all my essential vitamins. No, it was actually protein powder.
Thanks, folks.
Paint.
Coach just showed us it's going to be up next.
I didn't know the bucket was a big